Welcome to our Christmas special of Don't Drink the Milk. And welcome to all our lovely producers, Charli, Chris and Sam. We're not usually all in the same place, so this is pretty cool.
Hello.
Nice Merry Christmas. And anyone who's been listening to the first few episodes probably knows the drill by now. We find the stories behind stuff, so just normal stuff you know in your everyday life. We follow the story, it starts off somewhere in Europe and then it goes global, goes worldwide. And luckily for us, a really good example of something like that is Christmas! Woo! So let's kick things off with a bit of a festive quiz to get us in the mood. If you know the answer, just like shout it, basically. We'll decide who wins at the end.
Are there prizes?
You win a festive-looking Mozart chocolate with marzipan in the middle. Any takers? Any takers? Ready?
Yeah.
It's thought that early celebrations of Christmas can be traced back to where in Europe?
Germany.
Wrong.
Oh, damn it.
England.
No.
Wait, Europe, Italy.
Yes, so Rome.
Right.
Exactly, I'm giving it to Sam. So we're talking like sometime around the 4th century. But a lot of the elements of the festivities that we know today, they actually came from pagan traditions. And these were traditionally celebrating the end of harvest and what else?
End of harvest and...
The solstice.
Which kind of solstice?
Winter.
The winter. She is on fire, guys. You need to like catch up. Okay, 2 points to Sam, 0 to Charli, 0 to Chris. According to worldpopulationreview.com, how many countries today officially celebrate Christmas around the world?
Ooh. 57.
93.
71.
Guys, you're all really far off. Apparently, it's 161.
Whoa!
I win. I win.
I feel like you don't deserve it.
You're so bad that I win.
But just like with a lot of things in our podcast, as celebrations of Christmas started spreading around the world, they changed a little bit, right? So everywhere these things landed, they kind of developed new traditions and stuff that fit in with the local culture. So the next part of the quiz is match the quirky Christmas tradition to the country.
Okay, that's
So just
a nice one.
shout out the country that you think this tradition comes from. Christmas piñatas in the form of a 7-point star
Mexico?
symbolizing... I should say wait till the question is finished before you go, but we will give it to her.
She won.
These are specific ones that are in the form of a 7-point star symbolizing the 7 deadly sins.
Interesting.
Right?
Wow,
And
that's
Mexico is
so
correct.
dark.
Well done, Sam. Okay, next one.
We have to beat Sam, man. What is it, 3?
She's like far ahead of you guys. So next one. Hiding brooms and mops so that evil spirits and witches who awaken at Christmas can't steal them to fly through the night sky.
Hogwarts.
Sadly, no.
Okay, this sounds like a UK kind of thing. Sounds like a British
What?
stuff.
Because it's got witches
I don't
in
know,
it.
like maybe it's because of Harry Potter. No, it's not. It's
The
not
Netherlands.
The UK.
Netherlands? No.
Could it be Spain?
No. Last guess?
Poland.
No. No more guesses from this side of the table.
She's our witchy producer. Romania.
Romania? No. The answer is Norway. Next one. Eating fried chicken from a very well-known fast food chain.
KFC, Japan.
Yeah, so this is like quite a modern tradition, but seems to be something that's caught on. People get like a bucket of fried chicken and share it.
That's fascinating. It's such a successful marketing campaign, huh?
Yeah. Kudos to them. Okay, so the Christmas pickle, which is a decoration in the shape of a pickle that you hide on the Christmas tree.
Germany.
Any more takers?
United States.
Pickles. Who eats pickles? Germans eat a lot of pickles.
They do. But other countries do too.
Austria?
Oh, good shout, but no. You guys are collectively sort of right. It's kind of debated, right? So the legend says that it started somewhere in Germany, but if you ask most Germans, they've actually never heard of it. And at some point, someone in America said that they'd heard about this legend from Germany or that they'd been given one of these pickles. So a lot of Americans might have heard of it. The idea is if you hide it, the first person who gets up on Christmas morning and finds the pickle in the tree gets like an extra present.
Yeah.
So you've heard of it before, right?
Yeah, my family doesn't do it, but I knew friends growing up whose families did it.
Hey.
And I mean, usually the kids go for it in the morning, right? They're like searching all around the tree trying to find it.
And apparently like one company in Germany saw this like opportunity to make all these pickles, even though No one had ever heard of the tradition, but now they make money selling the pickles to people like me and Charli.
Yeah, they sell them everywhere.
Another marketing tradition.
There you go. So half a point each, I'd say. Nativity scenes decorated with orchids and other tropical flowers.
Ooh.
Tropical. Florida.
Not a country.
I'm gonna guess Thailand.
I would like that guess, but it's very far away
Oh.
geographically.
Dominican Republic or something.
You're close. Costa Rica.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, cute, right?
Always more fun over there.
Okay, the next one's really cool. Roller skating to the Christmas church service.
Like South Africa? It's got to be somewhere warm, right?
I like the guess, but no.
Is it an African country?
Nope.
Okay. Is it an American country?
Is it Brazil? No, but that's much closer. That's very close.
Venezuela.
Yes!
Oh, wait!
Although, caveat is apparently this
I got you there.
Thank you.
You high five.
Apparently this only happens in the capital, Caracas.
Okay.
Next up, we have a slightly less appealing sounding one. Potato salad as your Christmas Eve meal.
It
whole
sounds
meal?
so German.
It does sound German.
Is it not German?
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, really? It's so German.
The idea being that you have a bit of a more simple meal on the Christmas Eve because the next day you're gonna eat like really rich stuff. Although a potato salad can be quite heavy.
Yeah.
I was going to say that light meal of a potato salad.
They're like, it's got salad in the name.
Exactly. Where will you find a devil-like figure called the Old Man Beggar who roams the streets on Christmas Day begging for gifts?
Old man beggar.
Sometimes he has a sort of duel with someone dressed like a version of Santa.
Austrian.
That would be a
or
good vibe, but no,
Dutch?
far away, far away.
Like Russia, maybe?
No. The answer is Liberia.
Ah, that was my next guess.
You almost had me then. Okay, there's one last one.
Okay.
Exploding cardboard tubes.
What?
Britain.
The UK.
Very good. Technically, this one has been exported, so you actually have them in Australia too,
Yeah.
right? And I think a few places around the world have them. Christmas crackers, which is one of my favourite traditions.
Interesting.
Have you ever seen them?
No, I don't think so.
You haven't lived.
Should we let's reenact it. You cross your arms, and then you'd hold the cracker like this. So you've got a handle of each cracker, and then you go 1, 2, 3, pull, and inside you get a really cool, colourful paper hat, a very funny Christmas joke, and usually a
trying
very
too hard to
high
sell it, I
quality trinket that might break. But you guys have all brought something with you too, right? That kind of tells the story.
So I brought eggnog.
Milk.
Don't drink it. Don't
Not
drink
supposed to
it.
drink that stuff. I think I love eggnog.
Great. Well, we're going to find out. Obviously, the egg part is clear, but the nog was a little unclear. So this possibly is from Scottish, Irish, Gaelic term noggin, which was the term for like, do you know this term?
I think this is your noggin.
That's what I thought too. It's apparently like an old term for a little cup, kind of like this actually. So you would have like a small amount of alcohol or beverage in a little cup and it would be a noggin.
Okay, so raise your noggins. Cheers!
No, go.
I'll let you drink it before I tell you all the ingredients in it, but
That sounds like you're going to tell us something we don't want to drink.
there is egg in it, as the name would suggest. Yeah, so you separate the whites and the yolks and you beat them and you add sugar and then you bring them back together and then you add a lot of cream and milk and then alcohol and spices, lots of cloves and nutmeg.
Yum.
You can do it with whiskey or brandy, and then there's a little bit of spiced rum. Where that comes from is this drink made its way across the seas to the US eventually. The first use of the term eggnog is in 1775, right before the US became a country. And they had rum at their disposal from the Caribbean. In the 19th century, doctors would use this as a way to get patients to take medicine. They'd like mix it in and feed it to them, and it was also supposed to be good because it had protein for patients who were on liquid diets.
Wow.
Did they know that they could do that without the alcohol? It's not the alcohol. The protein's not the alcohol.
Drinks proteins without alcohol, Rachel.
Let me read you this recipe that I actually have from a 19th century nurse journal or something. To a tumblerful of milk, add 1 egg, well beaten, sweeten to taste, tablespoon of brandy, whiskey, or port wine. And this has also made its way around the world, which is why it fit our theme so well.
Cool, nice.
There's a version in Mexico called rompope, probably butchering that, but it has vanilla in it. Puerto Rico has coquito with coconut milk and rum, which sounds excellent. The Peruvians put pisco in theirs. And in Germany, I guess we would say this is similar. They have Eierlikör, which is egg liqueur, but it's like a little bit more kind of custardy.
Yeah, it's really thick.
Yeah, it's pretty thick.
So who's next?
Oh, Chris, are you ready? What did you just
So you grab all the candies.
Oh, grab. I've only got 2.
So this is what happens in Italy before Christmas, or at least in the part of Italy where I am from, which is not far from Venice. So every now and then kids are playing, and one of the parents or the big brothers take a bunch of candies if they've been good kids, and they just throw it in the air. And then the kids just see candies falling off the sky, and all the kids go crazy and try to grab it, and they're super happy. Yeah, that's the tradition.
So small children think it's raining candy around the holidays.
This is a saint throwing the candies, only if you've been a good kid, and it's not Santa Claus, it's Saint Lucy. Where I'm from, now it's changing a little bit, but when I was a kid, Santa Claus wasn't so important. We knew it because everybody celebrates it in the rest of the world, but we were celebrating Saint Lucy. And the story behind it is quite brutal. Basically, there's this saint that she's blind. She was blinded by the Romans. She did something. But she can always see whatever you do. She's always watching you, even though she's blind, all the time. And if you are a good kid, she'll throw the candies and bring you presents. If you're a bad kid or a naughty one, she'll bring you coal. And if you're a very naughty kid, she'll throw coal in your eyes and blind you too.
I feel like your parents just added that at some point because you weren't behaving still, and they're like, next level.
I did get coal 1 year.
Really?
But yeah,
Did you?
I did, yeah.
What did you do?
I don't know. Something naughty must have been. I mean, the story's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to go into it.
Yes.
I mean, if you've got more gore, we'll take it.
She wanted to do good. She was pretty rich, and she was giving all her stuff away, all her jewelry, all her money.
This is St. Lucy.
Yes, and she wanted to be a virgin, only married to God and all that stuff. But her mom promised her to one of the local royalties or something. And when the guy found out that she was giving away all her money, he got really angry, and so she was killed. First blinded and then killed.
Oh,
That's really freaking brutal.
Oh, so the Saint Lucy who then visits people is like a ghost.
Yes, and she goes around on a flying donkey.
Okay, you should have led with that.
Is that like the Italian version of a reindeer?
I guess, yeah.
So every year, a blind chick comes around on a donkey and
Yeah.
either chucks candy in your face or
Yes.
coal.
Yes.
Okay, Charlie, please brighten our day.
But I have to just quickly go grab it.
okay.
Wow.
Beautiful.
This is my tradition.
I like your tradition.
So this is a pavlova, or a pav if you're a local.
Oh, of course, you guys are always shortening everything.
I knew you would like that. And it's a dessert that we have at Christmas time in Australia and in New Zealand.
Right, what is the pav?
So it's meringue with cream and fruit on top, usually tropical fruits. So we usually have mango, passion fruit, and kiwi.
We guys get coal, and you guys get a big, nice cake with passion fruit and stuff.
So the pavlova is named after a Russian ballerina, Anna Pavlova, who toured Australia and New Zealand in 1926. Actually, quite a few dishes were named after her around the world, including frog's legs pavlova in France. The Kiwis say that this well-known chef at the Wellington Hotel where she stayed, he made a meringue dessert, and he said he was inspired by her tutu, so he called it pavlova. But then the Australian stories say that it was created by a chef in Western Australia in Perth, inspired by the lightness of her ballerina skills.
And which one do you think is the real one?
Well, I think we know, Chris.
I still want to know. Which one do you think?
Well, the origins go back further still, it seems. There were two researchers who looked into it. One was Australian, one was New Zealand. They worked as a team together. They wrote a book about it.
Wow.
And they found that it probably didn't originate in Australia or New Zealand. And its roots actually go back to
Russia.
Germany and the United States.
No.
German settlers in the United States brought over the meringue and the cream and the fruit thing. The hand-cranked egg beater.
Hand cranked.
Yep.
I like one that you would ratchet around.
Yep, was invented in the late 1800s and, yeah, led to this beautiful meringue. Ultimately, these two researchers, they hypothesized that the recipe for pavlova actually traveled to Australia and New Zealand on the back of a cornstarch box from the States, because there's cornstarch in the meringue to make it a bit more marshmallowy. And it's not something that they used to use in meringues of yesteryear. We should taste some. Pavlova.
Oh, thank you so much.
Enjoy.
Sugar.
Yummy.
I love pavlova. I love pav.
It's delicious. Thank you, Charlie.
You're so welcome. Happy to share my tradition. Oh, I forgot something. I wanted to wear this for my presentation, but I forgot.
Oh.
What does it mean?
It's not a tradition so much as an inescapable reality that it's summer. So we go to the beach, we wear zinc. It's like extra sun protection for your face. You can get cool colours like green.
Got kind of grinchy vibes.
Yeah. So I've brought one more thing with me, but this comes from the past. Do you remember for the first episode of the podcast, I went to Liverpool and I found out all about flirty, saucy Victorian parlour games?
Yes.
Yeah, well, when I was there, I was speaking to Dr. Bob Nicholson, and he told me about this one particular game, which is very popular at Christmas time. So I figured it's time to hear all about it.
Snapdragon is one of my favourite parlour games from the 19th century, although actually it dates back to the Middle Ages. And it would usually be played around Christmas time. You get a kind of large, shallow dish or bowl, and you would fill it with a spirit, let's say brandy. And in that, you would also put a load of raisins. Then you light the brandy on fire. So at this point, you imagine these kind of blue flames erupting from the dish. The game, and this is a game played by children, was to gather around that dish while chanting Snapdragon, 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 and then to reach your hand into it and to pluck the flaming raisins out of it and eat them. I did find one newspaper report of somebody burning down, I think, their house doing it. So yeah, definitely do not do it. But supposedly Victorians would say like it was a way to kind of test your character. And I read loads of nice articles, talking about somebody who was timid at the Snapdragon bowl as being indicative that they were lacking in sort of manly vigour and things like this. I've seen somebody play it on YouTube and they survived. So I would not officially recommend it, but I guess if you get a properly fireproof room and an extinguisher on hand, maybe give it a go.
Let's do it.
Lights! Snapdragon, 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 Snapdragon. Who dares? Who dares? Oh my god, I'm really scared.
Go, go!
Oh my god, your finger was on fire.
Come on! I taste like a burnt cashew.
They're so slippery.
No, don't you touch the apricot. He's going to throw it. He's doing like his Italian sweet trick. And be like Disclaimer, we don't encourage playing with fire at Christmas or any other time of the year. Thank you so much for joining our Christmas party. And if anyone wants to give us the best Christmas gift ever, you could leave us a 5-star review.
Or tell a friend about us.
Yes, that's even better.
Or send us real gifts.
We'll take anything.
No call.
And if you've got any suggestions for topics you want us to cover and follow next year, then just drop us an email, don'tdrinkthemilk@dw.com. For anyone who's celebrating, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in the new year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Chinese whispers. Telefono senza filo. I sporchi di telefono. Russian scam. Don't drink the milk.
Okay, Chris, you can clean up. See ya.